Dad, not all gods are the same. The ones who destroyed your Earth were gods of destruction. Cronoa is not like that. She would never... Enough! But unable to hear another word more, Vegito unleashes a thunderous roar as his power uncontrollably bursts from his body. And eventually, this level of power is so strong, the entire landscape of the planet begins to crumble, with both Trunks and Goten watching on in shock as the unexpected increase in power comes from the God Killer. Leading to both of the teenage Saiyans covering themselves from the force of the strong winds and barrage of debris that strikes onto their face and bodies. His power now reached its climax, and surrounded by a vicious white aura, Vegito lifts up his right fist in anger and yells, "I don't want to hear any more about this so-called different god. You children will not be lecturing your father on anything, and especially not on who these gods really are. These gods are all a danger to us, ticking time bombs with far too much power. You can trust in me when I say the entire multiverse will be better without any of their kind. If you choose to side with them over your own, then you traitors will join them in death." The Time Patrol Trunks, though, hearing this, just looks on nervously and thinks, damn it, I knew talking wouldn't be his strong point. His same pride is still there. He's got father in him, alright. As behind the Half Saiyan, an image of Vegeta appears. While similarly, perhaps a more panicked and shocked Goten would then think, wow, this energy, it's dark. He sounds a lot more like Vegeta than Goku ever did. Dad, are you even really in there? As in a memorial image of his own father, Son Goku appears behind him. And then suddenly, the Teen Trunks would then appear right beside a surprised Goten, saying, "It's time, Goten. Let's do it." And instantly, as if they had planned this out, and in perfect synchronicity with each other, the two would silently look back at one another and nod until... Fusion! After getting into the iconic fusion poses we all know. It's good to be back. As suddenly, appearing out of a blind light, an adult Gotenks appears, crunching his knuckles and with a smirk that only reminds us of his counterpart Vegito, as he continues, "Now, we'll see who'll listen to who here, Dad." So, are you going to come back with us peacefully? Or are me and you going to have some fun? I don't think I've had a chance to fight either of you as Gotenks before. I wonder who's the stronger fusion. Gotenks! But Vegito at first, when he sees the sudden change, can't help but remain shocked, stuttering as he inquires, "Is that really you? Your clothes, they're totally different. You remind me of Gogeta." But the look of surprise soon then reverts back to one of eagerness, as his Saiyan battle lust comes through and he lets out, "You know, that fusion may have been a cool little trick to use against Majin Buu. But do you really believe that you're going to be able to do anything against me? Time Patrol or not, you two are still just kids compared to me. What on earth do you think will stop me?" Which Gotenks answers first by grabbing onto the blade of destruction beside him and saying, "Well, first off, I'm going to upgrade my sword to a whole lot more powerful one if you don't mind. Before I take it back to Cronoa, I just can't resist a few swipes. Pulling it out from the ground with ease, whispering, "There you go. I can already sense the quality of its edge just wielding it." Before a more vicious look then appears on his face as he stares straight at Vegito and lets out, "And then I'm going to power to my new form, a form our dear older brother taught us." Leaving Vegito confused momentarily as he wonders, "A form from your older brother? From Gohan? I guess you mean his ultimate form. That made him about as strong as a Super Saiyan Blue. So with two of you, it'll just be two blues. Hardly anything to be worried about. Don't you at least know Ultra?" But before that sentence could even complete, like father like son, the adult Gotenks unleashes into a crazy frenzy, screaming at the top of his lungs as his muscles bulge and veins begin to protrude from all corners of his face. From a distance, Gotenks' ki begins to dwarf even the one Vegito showed, as almost instantly the sky changes to dark clouds with thunder and lightning striking everywhere. As in a familiar scene, so too does lava begin to explode from all the surrounding mountains, as if the very core of the planet was becoming unstable. This feeling! But the familiarity doesn't go unnoticed by the God Killer, as Vegito looks on with a stumped look and thinks, "Thunder! Lightning! This power! I've seen this before! Is this?" But as Vegito contemplates, the transformation of Gotenks continues, as his chest then tightens, his fists clench, and his hair turns a mysterious shade of white while growing out intensely. And just like that, Gotenks reveals himself finally in his beast form, surrounded in blood-red lightning and a mysterious